today?
Not bad. It's just really hot. You know, really. We got to put the music outside now. You know, just the county's not letting us put it inside. We're trying to actually. They'll let us put it inside. But we're really trying to just force everybody outside. So have a safe.
And try to keep everybody cool out there at the same time.
It's hard right now. Crazy. We're a little crazy over here too, though. But not that bad, right?
We're still here. We're still here.
Is the
We're still here. We're making it. We're gonna make it.
Is the damage done?
My name's Vince Flora. I'm the owner of Double Roads Tavern, Jupiter, Florida. 7 years ago, I decided to open up my own restaurant. Spent years and years planning before that, dreaming about, having my own place. And, I wrote my business plan, searched for a location, and was in Jupiter, and I love Jupiter. When I moved here, there was maybe 10,000 people 30 years ago, and now there's 60,000 people here, so it's grown a lot. But the location that I selected here is about 2 miles from the Martin County line, which I really thought it was a great location, and it still is a great location. We wanted to open up a live music venue, so I did, and Double Roads was my dream. Right down the road on the beach, there's a place called Double Roads where the locals used to hang out in the 50s and 60s, and my dream was to try to revive that old vibe, So that's why I came up with Double Roads. So flash forward to now, with COVID, we've got this double standard going on here with the Martin County line, right up the road, having a whole different group of rules. Basically, a sheriff's department that doesn't really police it, and a government that doesn't really care that much, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so here we are. We're in Martin County, and mask on here. Oh, you don't have to wear a mask in Martin County. So anyway, we're in Martin County, only about 5 minutes from my restaurant. Completely different rules. You can put the camera up on there, you can see. This is a local bar right over the line, and it's completely packed with people. Parking lots are packed, both sides. There's no mask law here. It's a lot of our customers are coming up here to Martin County to eat and drink because they don't have to wear a mask. It's perfectly legal. So we're losing a lot of business because of it, and it's only 3 to 4 minutes away from my restaurant and a bunch of other restaurants in Jupiter. Here's another bar, it's jammed, parking on the street. It's completely craziness.
And then here in Palm Beach County, we're at the opposite end, where our mayor that's adamant on keeping us closed down and eradicating this virus. We're trying to do the right thing here. We've taken all the precautions.
Woohoo!
How's it working in that mask?
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's hard to breathe. The oxygen's pretty light. But, you get used to it. Let's get ready for action here, guys.
We had to change the bar situation to keep people from going to the bar. In Palm Beach County, you're not allowed to serve over the bar directly to a customer. So what we did is we put up our table to block the bar area out. And then the bartenders basically will have another waiter or waitress inside here, and the customers give their order to the waiter or waitress, and then they go to the bartender and get the drink for them and bring it back. So the bartenders can't serve directly over the bar. That's a law that they put into effect. It's not everyone is upholding it, but we're trying our best. This is our solution to keep people from getting up to the bar and congregating. So that's what we're doing here.
Hello, I'm Josh. I work at Double Roads. I'm one of the bartenders here. It gets a little wild and crazy, but it's a little quiet here tonight.
I'm Brandon. I'm also a bartender here at Double Roads. I'd pull the mask down, so you can understand us.
So how's it been going here, man? Man, it's been different. Like we can't just get a jive going. Like we have to always talk to customers. We can't go over the bar. It's just a lot of things that we have to adapt to make sure that we're cleaning, making sure people are safe, and it gets a bit extreme.
So how do the people accept you wearing masks?
We get it. It's a mixed crowd. More so people come in and they're like, oh, we got to wear the mask. And I'm like, hey, we don't make the rules, but we want to stay open. We want to work, so we got to follow the rules. But I get it. It's a pain to, get up and have to put your mask on just to go to the bathroom. But normally on Friday night, you couldn't even be standing right here. People would be dancing.
I miss the contact with people. Not that, you know, you're physically touching people, but just that communication. You get to, you know, they always say bartenders are the counselors of life. You know, you hear people's problems, you get to help people, and now it's just kind of like, oh, take a drink. We're just on a conveyor belt instead of being personal with anybody.
Okay, so this is our stage area. This is where we normally have our shows, and what we've been forced to do is put the music outside. We actually chose to do that. It gets so crowded in here and people dancing. This place is all about bringing people together. We are a live music venue, restaurant. Instead of fighting the crowds in here, we decided to put the music outside on the front patio. So this stage is utilized during the week when it's not that busy. So for tonight, you'll see the music will be outside on the front patio, and we put a big tent out front with seats and tables distance apart so people can go out and still enjoy themselves. And we can try to maintain some sort of positive cash flow here. That's what we're doing, and we'll see how it works later on.
No sunshine when she's gone.
Decreased our seating capacity to 50% inside. We put the tents outside. We've put out, you know, we've hired extra people to police the masks and things like that. You know, and then 2 miles up the road, it's a free-for-all. I do believe our residents are going north and having a great time and coming back. I know a lot of people don't believe in it. They believe it's a hoax. You know, I don't know what to think about it other than I want to keep my business open, so I try to follow the rules. The COVID task force have lightened up a little bit. They're coming in groups of 10 and to just basically making up their own rules in Palm Beach County, just to try to get you to tighten up your belt, I guess. I don't think they want us to be out of business, but I do believe that they are really trying to make an example of people like ourselves that are trying to live our lives and enjoy ourselves. You know, our income has been slashed by 50%. We're struggling. Our whole entire staff is struggling. The entire industry is struggling.
Now I bartend. And I guess you want to know how this pandemic has affected my life. Well, I worked in 2 bars, fantastic bars, making over $1,000 a week. Then comes March 17th, St. Patty's Day, my last shift in Fort Lauderdale. And I went from $1,000 a week to under $400 a week. And my wife's a teacher. She doesn't make that much money. And she's got immune deficiencies, she's got health issues, and she's terrified to go back to school. So you want to know how it's affected my life? It's made it a lot tougher. I love what I do. I love bartending. I've been out looking for day jobs and real jobs, and I like bartending. I like talking to people. I like hanging out with people. I work here, listen to great music. I used to work at a bar called the Elbow Room. They got great music. And it's just sad what's happened, how our industry has been stepped on and looked over and not essential to everybody in the world.
Hey, what's up? So yeah, I'm one of the bartenders here, and it's been crazy ever since the reopening. I mean, the only thing I really got to say is like, hey, when you guys come out, maybe not be such an asshole to us, because it's not really our rule. We're just doing what the county says, and we just want things to get back to normal. So when you guys come in and we tell you to put the mask on, and then you start getting like real loud and irritable with us, it's not a good look. Kind of a dick move, because we're just doing what we're supposed to do. So you get better service if you're nice to your service people.
We want to get this over with, so that's why I feel like we need to end this county line thing where they can do whatever they want. Our customers are being told to wear their masks, and they're leaving. A lot of them are leaving, saying we don't want it. We don't want to be here. We don't want to hang out in an environment where I can't breathe. So it's a struggle for us. The government shutdown has caused a lot of iconic venues to go out of business. Many to the south of us. I don't know if they'll be coming back, so I don't want to mention their names, but we've lost a lot of great places. Mom and pop places that were really heartfelt businesses that were started with hard sweat and tears and a little bit of money that they had saved up, you know. Took a big chance, and here they are, being destroyed by, you know, this disease or this virus and the government's actions and reactions to it. I've asked so many other restaurateurs to be part of this. A lot of them refused to get on video. A lot of them didn't call me back. I believe that there's a lot of fear.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Tony Garcia. We are here on Clematis Street, the infamous street that is now dead. A lot of club owners around here have shut their doors down, and it's really crippling this this street. Everything is just really bad. My friend that owns a pawn shop shut down. Another one of my friends that owns loft shut down. It's just club after restaurant after restaurant, and it's really hard.
And what did you do out here in the streets, Tony?
I used to promote nightclubs. Various nights I'd be at a different nightclub every night. Down at the 500 block, I worked at Voltaire, worked at Pawn Shop, I've worked at Camelot, I've worked at Loft, I've worked at Off the Hookah. I pretty much worked at every single nightclub on Clematis. And wow, there is no nightclub anymore. There's no nightlife.
So the news came in to interview me, and they did a special on the news, and when it was aired that evening, an officer of the COVID task force for Palm Beach County came into one of my buddy's bars down the street and told him that I called on him and told him that I ratted him out and said he wasn't compliant. And he used my name specifically. Obviously, I was really upset about that. So, I called my buddy right away and talked to him about it. I talked to the task force guy, and he denied the whole thing. And it's just not fair. It doesn't make sense. I'm hoping somebody listens and somebody gets a handle on this thing. This really should be a statewide mandate. Tonight, Friday and Saturday night, we do pretty well, obviously, but we need to make more money than that. We got some government funding. It was gone in 3 months. So, we've been trying to feed our staff, putting in pop-up grocery stores and barbecues every week. It's been really cool, but it's been very humbling. Just hoping for this all to end soon. We're basically operating on fumes right now. We don't have much time left. If we don't get some relief soon, we're going to be out of business. My dream's going to die.
Yeah, I'm Ken. I live in Jupiter. I love to go out in my own town, local. I like this place. Number one, of course, the music. But it's kind of, cozy, laid back. Like it's been here a long time, since, the 60s, I guess, when it was actually a dirt road on the beach. And, just glad to be able to come out and have a good time.
How are you surviving the COVID as a musician?
Basically, by places like this, they're like our lifeline. So, we depend on them, they depend on us. We work together. It's a team, we're a team,
It's real simple. Right now we're on a break. We just did our first set. We absolutely love double roads. And the reason we love double roads, man, is this guy Vince will do anything in his power to make it work. And that's just the truth. Not because we're the band playing tonight am I saying this. It's because we watch this guy, we come to this place, and he refuses to let this thing beat him. But at the same time, he keeps it safe for all his clientele and his staff. How could we not be having a good time?
I remember when this whole thing first started, and there was like 2 months and everything was closed, and when things started opening back up, he was one of the first places that opened it back up and did it in a safe way, in a safe environment for people to come out, because people need this. We need this.
We've played here at Double Roads on a consistent basis, at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, and there's been no person that I know, and I know a lot of people here, no one's come up with the virus. That's because everyone is social distance, they've worn their masks, and us as a country, if we would all do the same, we can get through this swifter, and more places can be open.
We're doing a little documentary about how the COVID thing has affected the businesses, the bars and everything, and how it's affected, speak about how it's affected the bands and stuff. It's tough right now. Some of us, some of these guys, this is how we make our living. A lot of our shows, a lot of places aren't, hiring bands right now because, they're limited to 50% capacity. So, it's hard for them to afford us, which makes it tough on the economy. Thank God for places like, Double Roads Tavern and a few others that we still get to play. They're doing all the right things, making sure everybody's wearing a mask, keeping everybody socially distant. As long as the clubs are doing the right things, there's no reason why we can't get through this mess. Praying for all of us right now.
It's just been very, very difficult. I have seen the best and the worst in people through this whole crisis. I have seen people like Vince, who every Thursday gave away food, gave away barbecue to anybody that drove up, and convinced Publix and others to give away pastries and things like that. Vince was a real fighter in this community to take care of all of us, take care of people. So I'm grateful for people like Vince, who has done so much to help this community and to bring music and joy to this community. And to see him on the verge of losing his business is criminal in my mind.
We love you, Vince and Double Roads. I'm Vince playing here. We're going to miss this room. The best there was.
Big Vince, he brings the best talent around in South Florida, and he really gives back to the community, and I really appreciate him for what he brings in and outdoor music and all that, and he seems like a really good person.
I live here in Jupiter, right up the street. One of the reasons I moved to where I live is because I am a regular here at Double Roads. I'm also a musician and had the opportunity to become a musician because of Double Roads. I started out working here at just coming to the open mic nights that they still hold. And then Vince gave me an opportunity with my partner to come and play here.
Well, I'll start right there. We're rolling, the cameras are rolling, but the business isn't rolling. Everything's at a standstill. And the real issue is they've shut everything down. They've got the power, they've got the control, and they're not going to come back. They've managed to do what they tried to do, put us in a corner and take away our music and take away everything that we work for and enjoy. And this is the emotional stress of people right now. They don't have an outlet. And without the music, there's no outlet. But the truth of it is, as an American, we want businesses to come back. And there is absolutely no plan whatsoever for business to recover or businesses to come back, except throwing socialist money at us. And that's not going to work for a very long time.
I've tried really hard to do my best to keep everyone safe and to stay within the law, but I'm fed up. I'm done. I really think that this week I'm going to start just going for it and doing everything I can to try to make it. And if that includes breaking the law a little bit, I will. I can't fight him anymore, and it doesn't make any sense for me to try to keep doing the right thing when we've got government that doesn't care. No one's really reached out to me from the government. No one has came around and asked if we were doing okay. Our town has been silent through this whole thing. It's a disgrace, really. So, we need to stay alive, and we're going to stay alive. And that's why we're doing this documentary, is to really get the point across that this can't happen again.
We're over here at Double Roads Tavern outside in our tent. We put into place around, I don't know, maybe October of 2020. We've had a lot of issues with it in regards to some neighbors not liking it, and that I've struggled with the town to maintain the tent. And when we went to 100% occupancy back in November, the town basically told me I had to take my tent down. So this tent is the lifeline for my business, and without it, I'm in trouble. So we have so many people coming down to Florida now. They're moving in from all over the place, and they really, really love to have a little live music, which is our thing. Live music is a big deal for Double Roads. It's what we're all about. So to have this tent really helps us to give people an opportunity to spread out and stay safe. So we have the music in the corner here. We have live bands set up out here. Our customers can sit anywhere they want. Unfortunately, on March 1st, the town is going to vote whether or not we can sustain or continue to keep this outside tent here. They've asked us in the last month or so to pay for permits and apply for special events. So we have 24 events starting January 1st, 24 days per year that you can have live music outside or an event. So they're treating our tent and these events just like they would any other time in life or in business. So I think that we're really in a special time right now, obviously with COVID. You know, this tent's here for a reason. It's here to keep people safe and to give our business an opportunity to survive.
Hello everybody, my name is Alex Weir, owner of Dreamhouse Studios Palm Beach. Google it. Well, I was called by Vince to go ahead and help him out to produce this documentary. And as I was following Vince around and putting this documentary together, and as he kept telling his story, it was hitting close to home, because here at Dreamhouse Studios we are a small business, plus we're a small venue that caters to local artists from rock bands, country bands, jazz, hip hop, reggaeton, you name it. We have a house for it, even heavy metal. And what happened throughout the years, when I first rented the place, we had fences on both sides, so we had a private parking lot. And the owner let me do my events, my art vendors outside, selling jewelry, little crystals, t-shirts, whatever it is. Really cool stuff. So throughout the years as we're building, I had my other bigger accounts because I am a producer and I used to do a lot of different marketing for bigger companies here in South Florida. But that helped keep the studio afloat as far as finances go. When COVID hit, of course, everybody suffered and everybody got hit hard, and I lost my major accounts. And from there on, it took all my savings, because I wasn't getting no small business loans. I wasn't getting any kind of loans from anybody. So I took all my savings just to keep Dreamhouse open. And throughout that time, we were on a shutdown. Phase 2 came about, we opened up a little bit. Phase 3 came about, we slammed it. So we're doing the events from inside to outside, having a good time. Now, please understand, in the beginning, I did all my due diligence with the city and state to get all my permits and licenses. The fire department came, they approved my business, I got the signatures in. Nowadays, the fire department is saying that I'm no longer allowed to have events out in the parking lot, nor have tents. So when I started hearing Vince talk about the stuff about the tents and the parking lot, I'm like, this is hitting home. Because now I'm no longer to have any tents outside, anybody congregated outside. They came down so hard on the landlord that the landlord and I are no longer getting along, and I have to move out. There's so many rules and laws that change that nobody knows about. I've even called the mayor's office. They don't even know what to tell me. They gave me other phone numbers to call to see if they can help me out. I called the fire department again to find out what was going on. They don't return my calls. In the beginning, when I was doing the events for the young people, I would hire the police department to come in and monitor the evening and keep everybody safe. Now they appear at my door telling me I can't run my business. The landlord has made me change my business from a bar, lounge, entertainment place to a recording studio where I'm not allowed to have any assembly. So for me and my business, it's being crunched and shut down by the higher powers. And it comes from above and it trickles down to the landlord, putting pressure on me. Now, Dreamhouse Studio is not only a building, it's not a building, it's an entity of artists that have a venue to express themselves and have a stage, and that's what we are, and that's what we're gonna continue to be. They can shut us down, like we're being shut down now, but we will return.
So many businesses are going out up in New York and California and all over the country. And we're fortunate to have DeSantis as a governor to be able to sustain and stay open. We're a mom and pop business, and we are loved by the community, and people all over the country come here from everywhere to come see the best live music in South Florida, and maybe even in the state of Florida. So we really need this tent, and we really want to continue it, and we're far from over here. January 6, 2021, we got a long way to go, it looks. So we hope that the town will extend the tent and we'll see the value of it. As of now, I think that they're really focused on business and not so much safety. So the business of the town, that is, the business of them doing what they see needs to be done based on the rule books that they put together. So they're not really thinking outside the box too much, but we are lucky enough that we have it now, and we have until March 1st. So we'll see what happens. And Palm Beach County's numbers for COVID has not changed. We're at 500 a day, pretty much, no matter what the rest of the state does. So we think we've done a good job on keeping people safe and rethinking our businesses to extend them out and to continue to sustain what we're doing here. We hope that the residents and our customers, well, we don't hope, we know that they really appreciate this, and they really, some of our older customers, that they won't go inside anymore. So this gives them an opportunity to live their lives, enjoy themselves, and come out in a safe environment and have something to eat, listen to some music. So we'll see how things go from here, but as of right now, our business is still down substantially. Survival is based on this tent and our willingness to adapt. And we have, because we've been here 7 years, and we want to continue this tradition here. Double Roads is known, like I said, as a local tavern with a far-reaching reputation. So best live music around. Live music is very scarce these days. Considered to be not cool right now. So we think it's cool, and we're doing it right, and we hope that the town of Jupiter sees that and works with us. And we hope that other towns will do the same thing. I mean, even though we're at 100% in South Florida or all over Florida, we really need to give our businesses an opportunity to stretch outside and utilize the space around them outside to continue their businesses. Many have not, but we hope that there's some more push for that as things go forward. We find ways to extend our businesses outside to keep our customers safe and to extend our customer base. So as it is, we'll see what happens, but right now we're just hanging on. We'd just like to say this has been a real whirlwind with COVID-19. This has been an amazing experience in all different levels, and we don't know where we're going from here, and we are certainly saddened by the loss of so many great venues and businesses and restaurants that will never come back again. And we don't know where the future is, but we hope with your support and the town's support, we'll continue to stay in business here in Jupiter, Florida. Until next time, thanks for tuning in to this documentary and watching it. We hope that you'll continue to follow us and come out and support live music and businesses in Florida and all over the country. Until next time, this is Big Vince signing off. This is the end of our journey here, but we're not done. We're gonna probably do something else, a little bit bigger maybe, but still the same.
Catch my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm gonna come thinking about it. Making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you. A brown-eyed girl. You my brown-eyed girl. I feel summer creeping in. I'm tired of this town today.
So as a result of closing Double Roads, we had to get creative, and what we decided to do was throw pop-up parties. And what it is, Jack, what it is it's a little party that we throw at some residences and some locations that we secure for these events. So we have a couple of houses in really cool locations. We have a farm. We have a warehouse that's set up for parties. That's a private private warehouse. And what we're doing is hiring bands and selling tickets for all-inclusive events, including food and beverages, and really cool, unique parties and unique settings creatively. And we're actually doing really well with it. So we have some parties coming up here this summer. Hopefully they'll help us get through the summer until we can maybe find another location. We have an offer on a new location, but the way the world's changing, these big guys that own these big plazas aren't really renting to people that only have one location or don't have a lot of income coming from other locations. You have to have multiple locations to get a place these days. It's so hard to find a spot to do what I'm doing, live music, food, in a really cool setting. There's a lot of parameters that surround it, so for now we're just going to continue to do our little pop-up parties and try to make it through the summer and keep the live music alive. That's pretty much what we're going to do.